this is a presentation on a new innovation, love new innovations, and this is our data dashboard. And it's about crunching the numbers on the state of the economy in Willoughby and also what you need to know when you're starting a business in the city of Willoughby. And we're absolutely thrilled that we've got Ella Geddes with us. Ella, welcome. You come highly recommended, I've got to say, because you've got a lot of technical expertise, a lot of strategic expertise, and you've been beavering away putting together this fantastic dashboard. So over to you to tell us more about it.
Thank you, Gail. Welcome everyone online. So I'm the business improvement specialist here at Willoughby, and as Gail said, I've been working with John on developing some economic dashboards which will allow you to actually start to look at some of the data-based, evidence-based decision making to help you along your own journey in this area. Of course, the purpose of these dashboards are, based around the research that it allows you to pull together, that we've actually enabled through pulling together multiple sources of digestible live data. It also supports the business planning, and ideas of future trends, issues that may arise as a result of some of the data that is pulled out. And just the connection between data sets that allows you to connect things from everything from the ABS to crime stats to Australian data. In terms of where you can find this, it's now live on our website. It's within the, if you go through the menu to the business section, and then you'll find a link to the economic data dashboard in there, and you'll find it there. You can also search for it through the search menu as well. Now, we don't have it live this evening, so you're going to have to go and jump on the website yourselves a bit later. But on screen, you should see an example of the first dashboard, one of 6 that is live on the website. So this one gives you a bit of an economic overview with our gross regional product, the trend lines on the left, giving a clear indication that Willoughby's trend in that area is very similar to the New South Wales trend. You've got the numbers of businesses registered, and then the middle one is a by sector comparison of businesses, employment, and an output that John was just talking about. And then on the right-hand side, you've got local population, local jobs, and the average unemployment rate. So that's a bit of an overview of the economics. But the other pages include things about employment, business-specific data, public safety. We have a page on the COVID impacts over the last 12 months as well. And the last page is about development. And, if you're applying for a DA or a CDC, you can start to delve into how long that might take you. So this dashboard is also live. It is very dynamic as well. You can drill into each chart. So on screen, you can see a larger version of that middle chart from before, which is the employment, business, and output by industry. And if you click on this in the live version, you can actually pull up and highlight specific areas of this. And for instance, here, I'm not sure whether you can tell, but that very long red line towards the bottom is that information, media, and telecommunications that John was talking about earlier. And you can see that while it has a low number of businesses, the incredibly high output or revenue. And it's also one of the top employers in Willoughby. The dashboards here, whether you're inside one of these, highlighted charts, you can also start to see some of the trends that are developing as well. Some other key data is included, is actually included together to start help paint a story. So you can understand from these 3 graphs that are taken from the employment page of the dashboards, you can start to understand that there's a declining unemployment until we had the effects of COVID last year start to hit us. And the same, you can understand the trend of the employment was fairly steady with a similar sort of 0.6 reduction in the employment and as we move into that 2020 area. And then participation in the workforce as well is fairly steady as well. So in terms of how you might use this dashboard, so for instance, if someone was interested in starting a retail business in Chatswood, you could jump into the dashboard and understand that there's an increasing gross regional product, indicating a growing economy. You've got an increasing numbers of businesses, which is likely showing an increasing number of customers as well. You can spot an increasing, supporting that as well as an increasing population. And you've also got local jobs are trending upwards as well, which indicates potential employees. The retail sector is 13.5% of the economy, which shows that there's a skilled staff base for your business as well. You've got an employment rate, which is steady, and tourism as well. So you're inviting, people to your business who are beyond just your locals. Low levels of crime, indicating a safe trading environment. And you're looking at about a 10-day development time for an application for a CDC. So in terms of how to use the data dashboard and what you might be able to get out of it, that's some of the information that will now be available to you.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. So how can you expand the data to get more detail? How do we go about doing that?
Well, once you jump into the live version, it's very much around where possible. I've linked as much data as I can. As they're such diverse data sets, it can be a little difficult, but it allows you to highlight things that are linked when you click on different areas, and that will bring up the information that's associated with that. So you might be able to see that in 2017, there was a dip in the GRP, as well as a slight rise in unemployment, for instance.
So where are you getting all these different data sets? You mentioned ABS, and so where else do you mine this information from?
It's a great question. There's from this, we've got the ID population experts who give us a lot of population data, the Department of Education, New South Wales crime statistics, the ABS. Google is providing a number of mobility data around COVID, as well as Data Australia.
All right. So I know the census was last 2016, so getting a little bit old now.
Yeah.
So how do you accommodate that into your stats?
So there's a number of different data sources. Some, the census every 4 years, though there's other data sources that are updated on a monthly basis and others quarterly. So we have systems in place to update this data as soon as the refresh comes through.
Right. So we're not relying on 2016 out of date kind of thing.
Where possible, we're using this year.
Yeah. And so it looks like it's a good time then to start thinking about businesses in Chatswood. What would your advice be to people that are thinking about taking that plunge?
I'm a big data person, so I would say jump on, have a look at the dashboard, understand some of the specific information for your sector through the website. And then we also have the online toolkit that John mentioned earlier to help you along that process.
So lots of tools. And we've got a question here. Melvin's asking, does the data board slice data from other councils to compare with Willoughby Council and others? And he's saying it looks like a great use of Power BI. Is that a buzz term that I don't know about?
Power BI is the software that we've used. It's a Microsoft product.
There we go. Someone's across it out there.
Well to spot that. So at the moment, we don't have comparison to other councils. If there is an appetite for that, it is possible that we might be able to do so in the future.
And I gather that this is a work in evolution. And I would say if people had something they were particularly interested in, they're not seeing on the dashboard, can they reach out to us and we'll consider that?
Yes, most certainly.
Yeah, I think that's it. We just want to respond to whatever the requests are. The one I was curious about too was the crime stats. Any insights there?
Well, there's 3 different crime stats that we've popped into the dashboard. We are very well placed, ranking fairly low in crime in I believe, I don't have it off the top of my head. You'll have to check.
Nothing like putting you on the spot like that, yeah.
But non-domestic violent assault, we're very low rated in terms of that. We're also very lowly rated on Sorry, John, did you say something?
Theft.
Theft as well.
Right.
So we're doing very well there.
Isn't that good? So nice, safe environment. No wonder people like our outdoor markets at night. I know they've got lots of families that say to me that they're more than happy to have the kids up here on a Friday night experiencing the noodle market on their own as a little step towards independence and freedom. So that's good to hear. Terrific work. And we look forward to building on that further. I'm sure it's going to be great use to our local businesses going forward. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's terrific.